I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex, and today I want to talk about Fit Model Division, how to get started with your training. It's a brand new division in the NPC and soon to be the IFBB, and everybody's wondering about it. What are they going to do? How are they going to get in? And it's targeting a whole new audience. So many of you out there that had not yet compete or thought you didn't want to or thought the current looks were a bit too extreme for what you would want to attain, well, now you have a place to do that with Fit Model. And so I want to talk today kind of a way to structure your training, how to get started and how to go at it, okay? And this is what I do on this channel all the time, whether it be competition reviews, specific coaching elements that you can use in your training or anything else. My mission here is to give you everything you need to be your best competitor on stage. All right, so make sure you subscribe, follow along, give me that thumbs up, drop me a comment anytime if you like the video, okay? So Fit Model, new division, as I said, and this division is basically going to be a step down in a way from bikini. Current bikinis look, more muscle, more conditioning, a little bit leaner. Well, Fit Model is going to be less muscle, less conditioning, less lean, and overall a more attainable physique, okay? I saw yesterday Tyler Manning talking about in a clip on a podcast that it's for the average everyday gym goer to kind of look at as a place where they could, go do some work and start competing. So it's definitely more an entry-level division. And with that comes a question, how do you train for it, right? How do you start getting, that type of physique going, and how are you going to advance that to be able to actually compete and get to stage and, go through all that fun. So obviously we're going to be coaching for this division, you guys. Team Flex, we coach, for all the competition divisions, especially bikini, wellness, and figure. And now we're also going to be bringing in some Fit Model, I am sure, as well. So I've already brainstormed, already thought about this, already thought about what I'm going to have people start doing if they're going to train for this division. And here's some things I can tell you that you watchers out there, you viewers, in other words, hanging out with me, can learn to take with you to hopefully do something for yourself to get you on the Fit Model stage, okay? So first things, step kind of one, right, is going to be training. Obviously, you're going to have to follow some type of a training program to attain this type of a look. There's going to be, some slight development in the shoulders, some development in the glutes, in the quads, and in the lower body overall. In general, you're going to have to build some muscle, okay? You can't come into this division having no weight training experience or plan to train with no weights and realistically do well. It just won't happen. You're going to have to be training, okay? So with this, this is going to be a step down from current bikini, right? And we have tons of bikini competitors on Team Flex, very successful bikini competitors, both NPC and IFBB. And I can tell you, based on what I know from how much they train, that Fit Model can get away with less, okay? You can go out there and you can train less days in the gym, less intense overall, less time in the gym, and you will still be able to hit that Fit Model type physique. So realistically, I would say you could probably get away with doing 3 days a week full body training, or 4 days a week split. And this is going to be plenty for anybody doing Fit Model division as long as you're structuring this correctly. And realistically, you probably need, 50 minutes to 1 hour in the gym. If you like to take more time, you can take more time. But from the standpoint of what you're actually going to need, it's not going to be that much. Some people may be able to get away with 45-minute workouts, a couple times a week, 4 times a week, things like this, to be able to build that muscle to actually go into Fit Model, because it is not, again, to the level of bikini where you need the big size in the delts, where you need the super developed glutes and the tie-ins and everything. We don't need that in Fit Model. So you can get away with, 3-day-a-week splits. And that's honestly, when we start training a lot more Fit Models, that's what I'm going to be suggesting to them probably. It's going to be 3 days per week in the gym, full body, or moving to a 4-day-a-week kind of body part split, which probably would be upper, lower. So if you're taking notes, these are the areas you want to start. And you're going to spend most of your time otherwise, right? Not training, recovering, letting your body actually grow, working on cardio if you need to do those things, and otherwise just resting, right? So all bodybuilders, all competitors need to have rest days. Obviously, the more advanced you get, the less that you have. But Fit Model being the kind of entry-level position, you're going to be able to get away with 3 days a week full body, or either doing 4 days in the gym with a body part split, upper or lower. And I know that this is going to be plenty for you to be able to get on stage successfully, do very, very well, and continue to advance in your career. Obviously, as we talk about getting into the pro league, so on and so forth, these things may change. But for now, where this division is just starting, and especially for all of you at the NPC level, this would be a safe bet to say you could structure your training to 3 days per week or an upper and lower split 4 days per week, okay? So you might say, all right, well, that sounds great. That sounds exciting. You know, you're talking about 50 minutes to an hour training. I love that. I can be motivated for that. I can be excited for that. I can definitely do that. And that's the goal. That's what Fit Model is supposed to be. And the next question obviously becomes then, well, what do you eat? How do you eat, right? If you're out there, you know, that's going to be a big part of not only building the required muscle, but also when you need to go to stage, you need to kind of meet conditioning and prep into that. It's going to come down to dieting. So you need to know where you need to be with the nutrition. Now, nutrition out the gate again, I can tell you, a lot more flexible in Fit Model. You're going to be able to get away with a lot more calories, a lot more, you know, variety in your foods, debatably a lot more cheat meals and or just flexible dieting in general, because again, you don't have to go to the level of current conditioning for bikini. You don't have to go to that current level of muscle development. So you're going to be able to get away with a lot more in your nutrition, a lot more sustainability, if you will. And as you guys know, on Team Flex, I coach with that 100% anyway. That's my belief. My philosophy is bringing that to all divisions, but Fit Model specifically makes the room even more so, right? Like in a general sense, tons and tons of successful bikini, wellness, figure competitors on our team, and in other divisions as well. But for reference to, you know, relate to Fit Model, we have a lot of people doing very, very well. And I have a general sense of, okay, where their calories, you know, are in a whole. Everybody's different. Everybody needs different macros. Everybody needs different calories. I can't give you any numbers or ideas in this video per se, but I could tell you that, you know, majority of competitors are going to always meet a certain threshold for calories, right? And let's just throw something out there for the sake of talking about it. Let's just say that, you know, if most bikini competitors diet around 1,500 calories per day or something of that nature, well, Fit Model, since it's not the same level of condition, same level of muscularity, they can diet on more calories, right? So they could probably get away with eating 2,000 calories in the last bits of their prep, or even more than that. And keep in mind, a lot of competitors, I'm talking about in industry general, right? A lot of competitors, my bikini competitors, eat way, way more than this, right? Like I have some competitors going to stage 3 eating 2,400 calories a day. Some are eating 2,500, but also we have some that, again, occasionally have to be on the lower tier side. Everybody's different. That's just the way it goes. But as a general sense, right, you're going to be able to get away with eating a lot more calories and still be successful in Fit Model, because you don't have to get as lean. You don't have to get to those lower percentages of body fat like we see in bikini, and especially at the pro level. So you'll be able to eat a lot more and diet less hard, diet less in extreme, or diet less in general, meaning that you know, can be a lot more flexible. You're still going to have to pay attention to your calories and your macros and do all this and that and know your phases, right? Are you in a muscle building phase? Where does your calories and your macros need to be? Or are you going into a cut phase? Where do your calories and your macros need to be? You kind of got to know all of that still. That doesn't go away. But I am saying you can diet less hard for sure and still get into Fit Model and be very successful. So really exciting for all of you out there. But make sure you know where you're at, right? If you're one of the people that are, you know, maybe on the tad overweight side, or you know you're overweight or something of that nature, and you're going to diet down to meet the Fit Model criteria, well, then you already know you're dieting. And if you're on the opposite side of the spectrum, right, like women that need to build more muscle, you don't have that muscle in that shape, but you're not really overweight, right? You just don't have that muscle yet. Well, then you're going to probably be on the opposite side where you need to have more calories to build the muscle. So realistically, figuring that all out, individual journey, but just in a general sense, you're going to be able to have more calories, eat more food, and diet less hard to be able to do Fit Model. So a really cool thing for all of you out there that want to go into this. You know, you're training less intense, you're training less in the gym, and you're also going to be able to diet much easier. Now, step 3 would be, where does the cardio fit then, Coach Rye? Where do you put that cardio in? And I'll tell you again, I could go from the framework of coaching many female competitors. And, you know, cardio is one of these things on a bikini prep, a wellness prep, a figure prep that's pretty individualized again. You got to really know how somebody responds. You got to know how they're going to respond to the training and the diet, how compliant they're going to be, so on and so forth, all these variables, right? But realistically, I can tell you this, Fit Model conditioning, for what it's going to be and where we're going to be, you could definitely get away with it and get to that point and be very successful on a Fit Model stage with probably zero cardio, okay? And the reason I say this is because if you're dieting right and you're meeting your nutritional needs and you're very good at doing that, and you can also go do your 3 to 4 workouts a week and you can go do that consistently, you realistically will not need cardio to come into play to meet this level of conditioning. You can get really there very much so with just proper training and proper nutrition. And the reason I can say this is because I have bikini competitors, even wellness competitors, that are successful on stages, NPC, across the board, winning shows, getting overalls, doing this and that that occasionally they have to do zero cardio on a prep, right? If they can really stick to their diet and they can really stick to their training and they can execute and optimize other areas of their life, they don't need a lot of cardio, right? And so there's some competitors we put on stage often that have zero cardio as part of their prep, and you'll hear about that. And that's, if you paid attention to the other side of the industry where a lot of coaches suggest 2 hours of cardio a day, so on and so forth, that sounds crazy, but it does happen, okay? However, I will say it's the lesser majority. It's not the majority. Majority of competitors are still going to need in bikini and wellness, they're still going to need some cardio, a couple hit sessions a week, something like that. Some may require more. Again, you got to kind of know where your journey is and what you need to do and how you're going to get there. But for fit model, not seeing it. I'm not really seeing that situation. However, for those of you out there that, again, maybe if you're on the side that you have more body fat, you got to cut down to kind of meet fit model. Well, then you may choose to try to go a little bit faster than just dieting and training and add some cardio in. But either way, cardio, very minimal part of anyone's prep for fit model, in my opinion. If you're getting a lot of cardio, it's probably the wrong idea, because you do not have to go to that crazy, what's being called crazy now, bikini or wellness level conditioning, right? We're talking about a much less level of conditioning in fit model than we are in bikini and wellness and figure, obviously. So realistically, you can get away with less here, meaning you probably don't need to do any. So I would say if you can focus on your diet, you can focus on your training, you 100% can meet the condition requirement for fit model without any of those things. Again, got to know where you're at. You might need a few sessions a week, hit whatever. Or maybe you just like cardio and you want it to be part of your prep. Great, but do you need it? I would say no. Realistically, you're not going to need it to attain this type of a physique. So what other variables do come into play, right? You're talking about now, Coach Rye, training 3 to 4 days a week with weights. You're talking about knowing where my nutrition's at. Am I dieting or in a muscle building state? And then you're talking about, do I need cardio or not? What else do I need to be looking at to be fit model? And the answer is not a lot extra, okay? You really don't need to look at too much more. You're going to have to learn posing. You're going to have to learn all these things. You can do that anytime. If you want to get started training for fit model today, this is the path to do it. Get yourself in the gym, start following a program. We're doing programs at Team Flex for fit model. We'll put the link down below. We're pumping programs. We've already got people on it. We got people training for this. We're going to have very successful fit model athletes coming into the new season, the new year. It's going to be very exciting. We're doing that. You need to be on a program in some form or another either way, okay? You can't just go to the gym and work out and do, classic group fitness exercise, so on and so forth. This is still a bodybuilding division. It's still within bodybuilding criteria. So you're going to have to meet specific criteria, which you will not get doing general workouts, okay? So you can't just go to the gym, do random workouts and expect a good result. It's just not going to happen, okay? You need to be following a specific plan to you, your physique, and whatever that is. We do that at Team Flex for all of our athletes, and other coaches do them as well out there. So you got to be following one of those either way to really know where you're at and where you're going to be and how you're going to get to that look. The next thing then is going to be the nutrition. You can't just wing the nutrition and say, okay, well, he said I can pretty much get away with a little bit more, so I'll just have whatever every day. No, you still want to know your macros. You still want to know where you're at. You want to make sure you're getting the right proteins, the right carbs, the right fats, especially for you, your physique, and your goal. If you don't have those things, it's going to stall you. Everybody can get a little bit of progress right at the gate. This is what we see all the time. It's what you hear, right? Oh, I lost this the first week. Oh, this happened the first month. Okay, great. Then you stall. That's it. End of the story. And with bodybuilding, when you're competing, you can't really have those stalls because they'll hold you back 100% from actually getting that goal. It's not a general thing where you want to lose a couple pounds and you're good to go. You're talking about competing against other athletes that are doing their best to win. So that's again where you can edge out and you can get on top of that by following a good training program, good nutrition program. And honestly, I do suggest 100% working with a coach. If you want to be in fit model and you want to do well, don't just wing it. Don't go out there and try to say, oh, he says only 3-4 workouts a week, I got that. He says a little bit on nutrition, I got that. He says no cardio, no way, I got that. No, work with a coach, okay? Work with somebody like me that knows exactly what's going on, knows what the criteria is, knows what the judges are going to be looking for, and can help you get there, because you shortcut all of the process of second guessing, trying to figure it out, trying to do this and that, and get yourself right to stage. And of course, having a coach dramatically helps you with the posing and everything else down the road as well. So don't sleep on getting a coach. You need a coach that knows this criteria, can review your physique, can do check-ins with you, can make adjustments and keep you on the best possible track. So either way, hopefully by the end of this video, you got something you can take with you, you can start applying and get yourself ready for Fit Model and continue to get out there and train. Get ready. It's coming next season. It's going to be a big deal. A lot of people are going to be turning out for it. And if you're going to be one of them, right now is the time. Do not wait. Get on it now. Start training. Start working at it in whatever capacity. If you want to check out what it's like to train like a Fit Model athlete for free for 7 days, we have a free coaching trial. It's in the bio. You can put your email in there and we'll send you a link to our training platform where you can come in, work with me or one of my coaches, and we will coach you same way we're already coaching Fit Model athletes, and we'll continue to, and show you really what this looks like more in depth than just what this video can do. Okay, so thank you for watching. Coach Ryan is out.